You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1342 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed. Subscribe, like, and set to auto download if you don't mind. Today, Mark's got all the latest in AI, Taco Bell Christmas parties, and lottery winner drama to tell us about.
Oh, that's right. And while you're mentioning that, I'm just quote tweeting, "We're live. Come check out Will's facial hair."
Yeah.
You guys noticed it?
Yeah.
You're going to get stared at so much.
It's a man of his word. We got that 125K. We're cruising. We're at like 129K on Instagram. But Will did what he said he was going to do.
We're already at 120. I'm glad I got it before 130. I was going to look like a real clown if I didn't get it before then. But yeah, now I just look like a real clown for real because I have a bleached goatee. With the we kept the beard like Kaz Leonard in Reno. She's the best. We kept the beard dark around the edges, and then did the bleach just on the goatee to sort of set it off a little bit more, make it.
Told Willie looks like a Bigfoot hunter, like a Sasquatch hunter.
Oh yeah, dude, Sasquatch is not gonna pop up when Will's around.
He's been spotted around these parts.
We're getting close.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to just in public. I just need to call everybody brother now. It's not the Hogan, but it's Hogan adjacent. And I feel like you just got it.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Thanks, brother.
it opens and closes some doors at the same time for you. Yeah,
It's a good point.
I like it though.
Nice, thanks, fellas. Well, really, thank you, Hardo Hive. You earned it. I have bleached my face. And everybody in the beauty salon was getting a good kick out of it because I had to go face down in the tub, to get it rinsed off.
Hell yeah!
The hair tub where everybody gets their hair washed, backwards. You're laying back. I had to go face down, face forward.
You're muff diving. Did they ask to take a picture for their records?
Yeah, I mean, people were taking pictures. There was a lady, another patron, who got a hilarious picture of me with my ass, like a huge wedgie when I was face down in the fucking sink getting this thing rinsed off, and it still smells like ammonia. I've been lightheaded all day.
Woo, I bet.
Yeah, this is I might slip up tonight, guys, and I'm sorry if I do.
No, that's okay. I'm a little brain dead too. Hey, it's a vacation week. You want to tell them what's going on with that?
That's true. We've got also, for sure. We've got madness in international politics, the superest criminals of all time in St. Louis. West has prison orgies and greenhouse gas vacuums. And like Mark said, no pot on Thanksgiving or the day after. But while we're off, make sure to check out the free special Hive Hour episode available to everyone this week on Patreon. It's patreon.com/hardfactor. We sat down and had a little chat with 4 lovely ladies at the world famous Bunny Ranch in Carson City. And you can see it all for free this one time only at patreon.com/hardfactornews. So call it our Thanksgiving for the Hardo Hive. We're thankful for the bunnies. We're thankful for all of you in the Hardo Hive. So this one is free for everybody. So
hell yeah, you're gonna want to check it out. I mean, it's definitely a present, and you're gonna want to treat yourself with it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what a treat! Whew, what a treat!
Still remember their names?
Yep.
I think I don't know if I do anymore.
So I think from left to right, it was Asia Fox,
Asia Stacy,
then
Lola,
and
Indigo. Yeah. I called her Violet, I think. Yeah.
Well, double entendre. While you're there, so go watch our interview with those lovely ladies. It is fantastic. If you've ever had any, you watch Cat House on HBO, it's the Bunny Ranch. Okay. You're going to want to see the updated version. And while you're there,
we asked the questions you wanted to be asked and they answered them. So that's important. Yeah.
Fantastic girls. They want to do some more content later on with us. And also while you're there, patreon.com/hardfactor, sign up for Florida Man Friday because we're going to have a Black Friday, Florida Man Friday, when there will be hardly any other fresh podcasts available later this week. So do yourself a favor. Sign up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
It'll help you out when you're looking for that podcast on a Friday. Let's go, brother.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stick with the "Let's Goes." I think. I don't know if you're allowed to do the with that look.
No. Nothing. Cannot do any. I might not even be able to do impersonations anymore. I think this takes.
You got a character though. You have a new character. But yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Everything I say is going to be taken with undertones. With this,
For sure.
with this bleached goatee.
Yeah.
Dog whistle. Everything's a dog whistle.
Some people
There's
are gonna
only
be
like two guys that have had it: Hulk Hogan and Big Papa Pump.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I think it's more of a Steiner look. Yeah, I think you're right. But there's definitely going to be like some people that are like super excited to meet you, and you're gonna be like,
Oh yeah.
They're like inviting you to things.
Yeah. Oh, some people are going to be super excited. The live chat, Jared Lindsay says people are going to hold their kids when they walk by me. They will. Well, that's weird. Says, give us a. We got whites and fish.
Perfect. Nice. Well, let's party. You guys want to party?
Let's do it.
Who wants to go? I'll go first. I was off yesterday. I'm gonna go first. Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit this button.
Do you know who you're with? 3 Factor, yeah. This is real news.
All right. So, do you guys know who this is?
No.
Yeah. Sam Altman.
Sam Altman. Does that ring any bells, Wes? Maybe not.
Finance.
He's probably wealthy. He's the man who founded ChatGPT.
Ah, okay.
He's like Mr. AI. Right?
Oh yeah.
He's like the guy. He's the guy, right? He was fired from the now Microsoft owned OpenAI. So OpenAI, like his company or whatever, they're in charge of ChatGPT. Microsoft was like, holy shit, this AI thing is going to take off. They bought OpenAI and they fired the founder of ChatGPT over the weekend or on Friday, like November 17th. The board of directors said Altman was not consistently candid in his communications, whatever the hell that means. They basically Steve Jobs him. Remember when Apple? Yeah.
He's probably the only guy that has the turnoff code, though. He's probably the only guy that can stop this thing.
I think that Microsoft figured a way.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Before they fired him, they probably changed that.
I'm sure it's a big golden parachute, right? I mean, he gets his company bought by them and then gets kicked out. So he's got to get some compensation.
Sure, he's a finance guy now. Yeah, I remember Apple kicked out Steve Jobs. They demoted him and he just quit or whatever. Then he came back and shoved the iPhone right down our fucking faces, and the world's never been the same since. That's, I guess, kind of what's going on again now with Microsoft and OpenAI and the Sam Altman guy, because on Monday of this week, a few days after they fired Altman was hired back as a lead of an advanced AI research team at Microsoft because of all the blowback the internet was giving them for firing the creator of ChatGPT.
Really? So he got pity hired back.
Yeah, he got the internet bullied Microsoft into hiring him back. I don't really know what's going on. This is one of those 80% ones, but there was a ton of backlash, because he's the guy who created everything. The founder,
and they're like, you can't do that. You're a greedy business.
Yeah, you can't just toss him aside. And it seems like as a result, also as of Monday, 650 of the 770 workers at OpenAI signed an online petition asking for the board to resign, the entire board that fired him to resign themselves if they don't meet the employees' demands. One of them, I think, was bringing Altman back. It was also signed by senior executives at the company, including one guy who was on the board who voted to fire Altman over the weekend, OpenAI's chief scientist, Ilya Sutskever, who then went on Twitter to say, my bad, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have fired Altman. Let's change this.
Oh, okay. It wasn't with the name. I was like, maybe he didn't understand the form that they gave him.
It was not in Russian. Right.
But no, he just flip-flopped.
Yeah, he flip-flopped. So I don't know what's going on. Rumors swirling around that maybe Altman was starting to ring the alarm bells too much on talk shows and shit about the dangers of AI. And Microsoft was like, yo, dude, this is about to be $1 trillion industry. Shut that nerd ass up,
Yeah, probably.
but they're denying that. They're saying he was dropping new ChatGPT releases without communicating to the board, and he was kind of like, this is my thing, I could do that. The board hired the ex-CEO of Twitch, Emmett Shear, to be the CEO of OpenAI and ChatGPT. And if you know anything about Twitch from when Shear was in charge, that's a guy who will keep his mouth shut and do what needs to be done to make money.
Oh, right. Was he the one with all the chat issues?
Yeah, he was the guy that, when all the
chicks were
females that worked at Twitch were saying there's harassment in the workplace, and then he was slow to respond to harmful content, a lot of like nudie stuff going on. Like they ended up doing a 180, if you remember, but Shear was right there in the middle of it when they were like having like sex stuff going on, and
it's getting views,
pay-per-views of UFCs and stuff, and he was just kind of like, yeah, exactly, we're doing really well user wise, so
you see the view counter, brother.
Right. Basically, like, this guy's not going to go blab on Oprah about AI being dangerous. Oh, wait, what's that? In June of this year on a podcast, Shear, the new OpenAI CEO, said that when AI reaches artificial general intelligence, or AGI, that's the term for human level intelligence, so look out for AGI. He worried that at such a point, an AI system could become so powerful that it could continue to improve itself without the need for human input and would have the capacity to destroy humanity. He then cited a popular example of, if AI is even given a very extremely like mundane, menial task, saying, create as many paper clips as possible, AI, when it becomes AGI, might be like, the best way for me to create paper clips is first destroy the human race, then get it done.
We're standing in the way of all those paper clips. Yeah.
Right. So that was in June. Now he's hired as the OpenAI CEO, told to keep his mouth shut. What's going on in the AI world?
That's not just like a classic example, right? That's one that people always use, right? Like the paper clip thing.
Exactly. But he used it like on a podcast. He was like,
right.
Yeah. So, it's not a great look when the humans in control of the AI are like infighting and like divorcing. It's not really setting a great example for the AI to look up to, right? This guy's saying it's dangerous, and then the other guy who created it, the father, is getting fired, and then the AI is like, well, all these humans are idiots, paper.
You have to set rules for it, right? Which is like, I think what they haven't done anything at all on, right? It's like,
I don't think so.
Rules. And it's already past human intelligence. I mean, right?
Didn't we cover that there's like a international water AI station?
Yeah, there's like one in the sea, right?
To skirt the future regulation that's coming down the mountain.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, look, it's the wild, wild west out there in AI. But the creator, Daddy, he's back in some capacity after everyone cried for him to come back. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it, I guess. Let's trust Microsoft, right?
Daddy Altman looks like he's into some freaky shit. Pull him back up.
Yeah, I imagine the guy who created ChatGPT is a freak.
Oh yeah,
he looks like he just fucked, is what he looks like right there.
Yeah, relaxed, right?
his sideburns are wet. His,
Yeah.
He's
sorry. I'm a few minutes late for this conference. I'm freshly fucked.
Got the wet sideburn. I just fucked look.
Yeah. So that's that. But hey, you know what? Paint Your Life is an incredible sponsor of ours. We love them, and you'll love them too. Wes, Will, and Pat have all got incredible paintings made for their loved ones. And if you want to give the best and most meaningful gift this holiday season, if you're looking for a great gift idea and one that's perfect for the holidays, with Paint Your Life, a hand-painted portrait is easy to create. It fits almost any budget and is a great gift idea for those you love. Paint Your Life transforms your photos into a one-of-a-kind, beautiful hand-painted portrait by a professional artist. You can get it for as little as 10% down, which is nice. Yeah. It's already affordable, but you can get it for as little as 10% down. They use a compilation service, so you can upload multiple photos. It doesn't have to be just one photo if you want to combine, like Will did with his family. If you have a pet, maybe that recently passed away, or you just love your pet, like my sweet honey, who I took to a bar this weekend, and she got absolutely kissed and picked up and hugged by everyone. I kind of got a few paintings of that. They can do all that for you, and they have the best people. They walk you through the whole process. Super easy to use user interface, and you can get it, I think, as little as like 2 weeks if you start the process now. So you still have time, but get it done now if you want to give the most meaningful gift. This holiday season, you can give the most meaningful gift you have ever given from PaintYourLife.com, and there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping. To get the special offer, text the word FACTOR to 87204. That's FACTOR to 87204. Text FACTOR to 87204. Paint Your Life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. Text it. FACTOR to 87204, 20% off.
Oh yeah, do it.
Let's get
Do
it.
it. It really is. I mean, it'll blow people away. They won't believe the Paint Your Life when it comes out of the box. All right, lots going on out there in the political world internationally right now. Madness, insanity, and perhaps nowhere is there more of a sweeping political change going on right now, at least in like the G20 world, big economies, than in Argentina, where libertarian Javier Milei, I think that's how you say it, has indeed won the presidency, as we thought he may all along here at Hard Factor. This is the Austin Powers looking guy. I've shown you his picture before, fellas. And check out his victory dance. Here he is celebrating.
That's a let's go guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think, yeah, was that Babbel? Yeah. Aggressive, erratic, fast.
He looks like the lead singer of like a ska or punk band.
Right. He was in a band, actually, Mark, when he was younger, which
I
wouldn't
bet.
surprise you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave that all up, though, for economics.
Didn't give up the blow, though.
No.
No, it doesn't look like it, Wes.
Never.
He's got
that guy's fired out of a cannon all the time.
He's got some kind of uppers going on. And here are his plans. I'll read them in English since it's in Spanish. Ministry of something, out. Ministry of Culture, out. Ministry of the Environment and Sustainable Development, out. Ministry of Women, Genders, and Diversity, out. He's going. Ministry of Public Works, out. He's just ripping them off a sheet there.
Women in politics, out.
Yeah.
Ministry of Science and Technology, and out. It's just employment, out. Education, out. He's just, he goes along. You get it. You see what he's doing there.
I don't think he kept one when he went down the list. He just all of them were out. Some were more emphatic. Like when he got to the women diversity thing, he like screamed at it and tossed it.
He stomped on it.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. It was how aggressive of a rip was he going to give it? Like, but every single department's gone. So it's an old video. Anyways, his supporters, Javier Milei, lovingly refer to him as El Loco, which means the madman. Also, some of them call him the wig. I don't know what the Spanish word for that is, but
the plug.
His hair.
Yeah.
What's that?
The plug.
The plug, yeah. But his hair mark, speaking of that, is real though. And he refers to himself as the lion, which is weird and hilarious at the same time. Badass, weird, hilarious all at once. What do you guys think? You call me the lion. What do you think?
I think that we're going to need to do more stories about him because he's effing electric.
Yeah. Can't wait to hear about his scandals.
Oh,
yeah, for sure, too.
Oh, is the lion in trouble?
I'd prefer if you call me the lion, please. Now, I'm the president of Argentina. Milei.
Overthrow that guy.
He's a ripe candidate.
It's going to take a coup to get that guy out of office.
Yeah, he's not leaving.
No. Now, not once Milei gets a little taste.
Can't get him out of the den.
He's a 53-year-old economist.
Barricaded one day.
Today
you're going to hear about him being barricaded.
He's 51. He looks pretty good for 51.
53-year-old economist who used to run the books for Argentina's airport system. And he's the father of cloned mastiffs, I think 4 of them, and an open fan, Wes, of group sex. There's your scandals coming up.
Wait a minute. He's cloned 4 mastiffs and he's an orgy guy?
He had one favorite mastiff that he's cloned 4 times, allegedly.
It's like a cartel
he's
leader.
Yeah.
Yep. Openly talked about group sex and how and giving tips on it. I think on like shows. He got famous on TV, so he's an
Be
entertainer.
confident.
Yeah,
He just gives you tips.
get a big dog, big, huge. He supports the free. He's so libertarian. He supports the free market of pretty much everything, including your own bodily organs. He has said. He describes his brand of libertarianism as anarcho-capitalism, is what he calls it. And so, like, he hates taxes and government bloat. So as you saw, he plans to delete much of it and replace the Argentinian peso with the US dollar, a move that would strip all the power from the Central Bank of Argentina and basically shut it down after they recently oversaw 140% inflation. And they've been plagued with inflation issues for decades. And basically, he's a lot like a more libertarian Argentinian Trump. And
he hates inflation. He's risk averse to inflammation. His inflammation you can take care of it with some medicine.
Oh yeah,
after some group sex, but
for
inflation,
sure.
No. Yeah.
Inflammation, that's
Love
just
penetration.
Yeah, penetration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Yes. Inflation, no.
Yeah.
Inflammation, you just take some penicillin. You ever heard of it?
Right.
Basically, he's a lot like a more libertarian Argentinian Trump. His supporters even wear Make Argentina Great Again MAGA, blue MAGA hats. So huge change in Argentina.
That is crazy. They're gonna have a couple good years and then probably be done. I don't know how long they can survive under this guy.
I mean, it's weird. It's electric.
Be awesome for a couple of years. Yeah.
It's a huge change for them. Yeah.
He's going to hire a bunch of hot chicks for these, like, whatever departments he comes up with. He's getting rid of a bunch of departments and he's just going to hire a bunch of hot chicks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he loves group sex. So,
yeah.
Speaking of Trump, though, there's apparently lots going on at his trials, the multiple of them that don't matter, apparently, because he has overtaken Biden in an NBC poll for the 2024 presidential race for the first time ever. Apparently Biden
NBC,
has lost.
huh?
Yeah, NBC.
Apparently, he passed him in a couple liberal based polls like a couple weeks ago too.
That means it's probably NBC up by 10%.
NBC is a big one.
Yeah. He apparently has lost Gen Z with his handling of Gaza, which to me is shocking that it took that long for Gen Z and that Israel is the thing that he's losing them over. But I guess President Biden has his buddies over at TikTok to thank for that, so. And what's up, Wes?
I was going to say it's going to be an incredible election. Can't wait.
Yeah. Yep. We got our own electricity coming up, and let's take a look at how this electric factory President Biden did at the turkey pardoning this year.
Just to get here, Liberty and Bell had to beat some tough odds, the competition. They had to work hard to show patience and be willing to travel over 1,000 miles. Yeah. You could say even this harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour or Britney's tour. She's down in, it's kind of warm in Brazil right now.
Yep.
Britney, yeah.
Guys, he was, of course, referring to Britney Spears' new live-action knife-throwing show in Brazil that sadly ended in tragedy this week.
What? You mean Taylor Swift's?
No.
Britney's in Brazil?
Yeah, dude, it's obviously Taylor Swift's concert with limited water that sadly got so hot where people died at it this week, RIP. And he said it's hot down there. And
she had to cancel it.
Britney's concert, yes. Also underreported and related. What's up, Mark? You hadn't heard about that?
No, I'm just confused at the last 30 seconds. No, keep going. I didn't understand any of that. And then
Biden's a moron. He thinks that Britney is Taylor.
He confused me. And then I thought Taylor Swift the first two, but then he said Brazil, which threw me off. So I thought Shakira maybe for a second. And then I was just like, what's going on?
Taylor Swift's tour that got so hot. There was tragedy.
RIP.
Yes. Also underreported and related. Another investigation, another one, this time from the Washington Post and other European media outlets, found that at least one 48-year-old Ukrainian special forces officer named Roman Chervinsky, quote unquote, coordinated the bombing of the Nord Stream pipeline last September. According to Washington Post, he quote oversaw logistics and support for a 6-person team which rented a sailing boat using false identities and diving equipment to place explosive charges on the pipelines, unquote, which lines up with Seymour Hersh's report about the American dive team that allegedly went over and set the charges for detonation later. So there you go.
Yikes. That's not great. Didn't that affect like Germany and some other people?
Well, it affected the global surge in
right.
energy prices that we've experienced in the last several years, the last couple of years. I mean, it's horrible, and especially Europe. Yeah.
Okay. Fun.
Yeah. Hey, with all this important information flying around in different languages these days, it's going to be helpful to know more languages than just American, which, fun fact, is actually English. That's the name for it. So this fall, you can start speaking a new language with Babbel. Why Babbel? Because it works. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a private tutor or fooling yourself with language apps that are a little more than games, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are designed by over 150 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Babbel is designed by real people for real conversations. All of Babbel's tips and tools for learning a new language are approachable, accessible, rooted in real life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching. It's super simple. Just sign up, set a goal for a particular language you want to learn, and take the courses from your phone or your computer anytime you want. El gato, that's Spanish for the cat. As you can tell, my Spanish courses are off to a flying start.
They're paying off.
Yeah, you guys.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Nice El Gato.
Oh, that's a beautiful El Gato. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove Babbel is better. For instance, one study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. Wow. With over 10 million subscriptions sold, Babbel is a real language learning is real language learning for real conversations. Here's a special limited time offer deal for our listeners to get you started right now. Get 50 Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/factor. That's get 55% off at babbel.com/factor, spelled BABBEL.com/factor. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Yeah, I'm doing Spanish too, and I'm pumped. It asks you like what you want to do it for, whether it's for work or for a conversation. And I said I want to be able to talk to people in Spanish conversation. That opened up a bunch of doors for me. And they're like, how fluent do you want to be? And I set the goal, and they're like, over 75% of people achieve their goal. And they said I have to just take 7 10-minute courses a day for like 4 months, and I'll be able to talk to people in Spanish.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's not bad.
It's just one of those things
quick. It's easy.
You got to stick with, and it'll work.
Yeah,
like most things.
But they do have a good technique of like
they do
getting it to stick in your brain.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's enjoying to do.
Yeah.
Magnifico.
Makes sense.
I think that's Italian though. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, they're Romance languages. They're all pretty similar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. They say if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Right? We've all heard that. But
I think I heard it from you last week.
Yeah, probably. I'm a big sane guy. But have you ever heard the saying, if you work with a female nymphomaniac, you'll never work a day in your life? You ever heard that one?
Wow.
I feel like that's like an SAT question, and it tracks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's true. Both are true, actually.
Right.
Female nymphomaniac, huh?
Yeah. If you work with one of those, you'll never work a day in your life. Statistics also show that team building exercises and after work outings are a great way to boost morale in the workplace. But you know what also boosts morale in the workplace?
Female nymphomaniac.
Yeah. At work fucking and after work orgies and jacuzzis.
Right.
Yeah.
And
team creams.
Team fucking.
Right.
Team creams. Here's euphemisms for orgies I had to look up to name this show before we started. Foam party, Whomping Willow, Soup Kitchen, Fuck Fest, GMO, 9gag, and Team Cream.
Team cream. Hey, you guys ready to do some trust fucks?
Yeah, basically.
Trust fucks.
That should be added to the list.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you know, maybe that's why the prison guards at Belgium's largest prison, the Lantern prison, seen here, which is a minimum detention center located just outside of Liège. Maybe that's why they were never late to work and always smiling. Because guess what they were doing? They were all fucking each other at work and having orgies after work in a co-worker's jacuzzi. You know,
Wow.
pretty
Yeah,
good work
there's-
environment.
There's no PTO used at that place.
No. The comment cards were blank at that place about how
Yeah.
they can improve the work environment. It was
Yep.
just keep doing what you're doing. Keep it exactly like it is, please.
Don't look into anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're on the clock banging in this hot tub.
Yeah. So this report just came out from Belgian news outlet Sudinfo, and they uncovered why the employee turnover rate at the prison has been 0% for the past 5 years. And the report found that everything I mentioned is happening between the guards at Lanton, a specific group of guards, 10 guards. So in the report, a male employee identified only as P, because, you know, in Europe, they don't like to out people for their crimes until they're I don't even know if they out them after they're guilty. He held orgies at his house after work. And during the parties, what they would do is they would allegedly determine which employee they would fuck by drawing a colorful bracelet at random. So if you drew a pink bracelet and she drew a pink bracelet, that was your fuck buddy for the night, which is
How
pretty
about
cool.
that?
Yeah, it's like spin the bottle, fuck
Yeah.
wise.
Okay.
You know?
It's like in those cooking shows when you draw knives.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Is there
I mean,
ever
eventually
odd people out in that one? It feels like that can lead to a situation.
there was 10
where-
people, so never an odd person out.
Always an
Yeah.
even number. All right.
Yeah. They also described a female employee identified only as S, who was an nymphomaniac and who would demand sex from her male colleagues in order for her to do the job. So you couldn't get her to do anything without fucking her first. It was incredible, said one male guard under investigation. He said, "Yep, it was incredible.
Can't believe it's ending.
She wouldn't do her rounds until I fucked her."
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of common with like female law enforcement, right? Like there's like people who work in like maybe like evidence lockups, stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
high stress jobs.
sure.
He said, "I'm really gonna miss those nights at P's house. Damn it."
Yeah.
well, think about like Megan. Remember Megan in Tennessee?
Yep.
Megan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're all planning.
And then we've done a bunch. The guy who banged his mistress in broad daylight at a park in the back of his cop car.
Yeah.
There's
That was
several.
just a horny cop, but yeah,
New
like,
York
there's-
City cops banging
Yeah.
in the bathrooms. Yeah. I mean,
They're like
Yeah.
nurses, you know.
listen,
or
exactly. High
waiters.
stress jobs
Yeah.
demand high intensity fucking, you know?
Sounds like she was just addicted to sex.
She was addicted. She was just a nymphomaniac. So some loser anonymous source, who I guess wasn't included in the orgies and then blew the top off the whole thing, told the Daily Star from 6 a.m. she would let it be known that if she didn't have sex, she wouldn't be able to work. She just couldn't do it without sex.
Do you guys need an 11th?
Yeah.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
He was the short
Hey.
straw. Like he
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he
guys going
stopped
to
getting
P's
an
house?
invite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He added that a senior official at the
There's
prison.
nobody for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to find another.
You have to
12th.
you have to bring someone in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
just
big nude Belgium dude is telling
Yeah.
him that to his face, and he's just like,
Okay. If anyone drops out, though, keep me in mind.
he's got to go home and stew on that. Yeah.
Is there a waiting list?
If anyone dies or something,
Am I still first on the waiting list? So the source also said that there was a senior official at the prison would allow this nymphomaniac to use his office to have sex with coworkers during her shift. So he was down with it too, and that she was even hired at the prison. And her brother was an inmate at the facility, which is weird. So
no.
yeah, her brother was
What?
convicted of murdering a gay man, and
Her brother sat there and had to watch his sister get railed out by all these prison guards.
They eventually moved him once she was hired because of the fear of preferential treatment, I guess. But they said she used to come see him every day, and she was friendly in the
that
waiting
means after fucking, because she didn't make the rounds. Every
Yeah.
time she visited him, that means she was like Sam Altman, freshly fucked with the sideburns, the wet sideburns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was gonna go on another spree.
Yeah.
They said it was crazy that she was hired because she went from visitor to nymphomaniac guard all overnight. Now the owner of the jacuzzi.
Well,
Pete-
when that high level executive with the office got wind of what was possible there, sounds
Right.
like he really jumped on the opportunity. He just kind of saw it, and ran with it.
Speaking of waiting list, she jumped the line for that job. They just
Oh, yeah.
fast tracked her. No resume needed.
she's what got this whole thing started. She was the spark.
Right.
Now, P, the owner of Jacuzzi, was reportedly banned from entering the women's wing of the prison after having sex with female inmates, but he still kept his job. They were like, all right, Peters, you've been fucking the female inmates, not allowed, so you can't go in the women's wing anymore. But
damn it, Peters, every time. We tell you every time, Peters, and you keep doing it.
Fuck the women again, Peters.
Yeah.
The cells aren't a glory hole, Peters.
We asked you to toss their cells, not their salad. Peters, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know your tongue could reach that far, Peters.
And apparently this woman S has been moved to work in the women's wing only in a bid to, quote, calm her sexual urges. So they moved Peters away from the women and they moved her to the women, but they didn't fire a single soul. They were just like, we can't break up the party, obviously, because Peters has the jacuzzi and she's the nymphomaniac. So we need them around. We're not going to fire them, but we got to do something. That's basically what happened.
Would have ruined morale. The whole.
Oh, yeah. Oh, kill. Take away the jacuzzi and the nymphomaniac.
It's like in school when you moved the two troublemakers that were sitting next to each other to the opposite ends of the classroom.
Yep.
They're
across the school now.
Yeah.
So they said that there may be disciplinary action according to Belgium's Federal Public Service Justice Department, and they're looking into it. But really, they're just hearing the stories about how great it was, and I mean, I'm sure morale was high. This is a like how European prisons are. They're just the people. They have like fucking fridges in their
Yeah, you could have worse stories out of a prison.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was the best of times and probably the safest the prison's ever been.
Now I'll tell you one person that's very upset about this is her brother.
Yeah, he's hearing all the stories.
Her murderer
now.
brother.
Yeah.
He's not, and he knows who he is.
Yeah, I wonder if it was like a bid to like maybe get him out because he was moved. They were like, all right, you can come fuck us all, but we know you may be trying to break your brother out of here, so we're gonna move him to a different prison. But I don't know.
He is very upset.
Yeah.
Fuming.
Yeah.
Well, he's an angry guy. He killed a gay man for probably no reason.
Yeah.
Right. No,
Well,
he's a piece of shit. But
Yeah.
I'm more worried about the people around him,
Yeah.
She's the Megan of Belgium. Do you think Belgium's small enough where everybody knows who she is, like for real?
I don't know. Yeah, it's not that big of a place. But can you imagine? I mean, the guy killed.
They know about it.
Killed a gay man, and they put him in a minimum detention center.
Well, the real
pretty lax over there.
The real prison sentence, the real punishment was his sister getting railed out by all the guards every day, and then him having to be like, "Hey, what happened? What happened today? Same thing."
Right.
You're just driving him mad. Yeah.
So that's what's going on. Pretty exciting. I never worked with a nymphomaniac, but I'm sure it would be a hell of a workplace.
That's an amazing story, Wes. Thanks for filling us in. Hey, real quick, breaking news. Mr. Sassel 420 there says that U.S. Navy plane crashed off the end of the runway at Marine Corps base in Hawaii. So R.I.P. Very sad to hear that.
Oh, did people die? Damn.
Well, usually in plane crashes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's off a runway, if they never took off, maybe not. But
yeah, hopefully not.
Injuries, it says.
Injuries.
Injuries unknown, but they didn't. Yeah, injuries unknown.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume is plane crashes can be deadly. I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, they can be
if it happened.
They are bad. Those are bad. I've got a double lawsuit for you today.
Well, let me get to the one more ad we got.
Yeah, please do.
If you want to hear where you get that this holiday season, we got just a place for you to go. If you got a person that's hard to shop for, like Pat said yesterday, if you need to just do some quick holiday shopping and find some unique gifts for everyone on your list, Uncommon Goods is your secret weapon. Uncommon Goods is here to make your holiday shopping stress-free by scouring the globe for the most remarkable, truly unique gifts for everyone on your list. Whether you're shopping for your secret Santa or the entire family, Uncommon Goods knows exactly what they want. I know Will got some jewelry for his wife. Mark got a limoncello. I got a nice mug for someone that's just, like something you've never seen before. They're going to she was literally like, where'd you get that? And I told her, Uncommon Goods. This is fact.
You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. These fine products are often made in small batches, so shop now before they sell out this holiday season. You can truly get something that no one else is going to have. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out-of-the-ordinary gifts anywhere, from art and jewelry to kitchen, home and bar. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same lackluster gifts you'll find just anywhere. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/hard factor. That's uncommongoods.com/hard factor. 15% off. Don't miss out on the limited time offer. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of ordinary.
They are. And they're all out of a few things. Well, they're not all out of, but they're out of one unit of a few things that I'm sending to my family members because I pretty much use them for my Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
They're
the best.
They're good.
Mm-hmm.
Good news.
The best. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Sassel says everyone survived.
Fantastic update.
Beautiful.
Fantastic update.
It's great news, Mr. Sassel.
Also, we got Rich and Chris. Rich says he's only here because Chris Slate says that we're the best on YouTube, and it's true.
Ooh,
Thank you,
love
Rich.
that.
Yeah, welcome,
And
Rich.
Chris.
Hell yeah. And Tom says EMS chicks are horny.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah. They'll defibrillate you, they'll shock you. I got a double lawsuit for you today. That's right, two of them. First up, a man in Maine who won a $1.35 billion lottery ticket from Mega Millions this past January is suing his baby mama for flapping those big fat gums of hers.
Oh, she told everyone?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's right, Wes.
He's
Your
and he's
worst
suing her for
nightmare.
money, even
Yeah.
though he's got 1.35 billion.
Yeah, and she's
or like
poor.
what, 700 million?
Yep. 723 before taxes was the
She's
one.
made my
point is
millionaire
that?
life a nightmare.
Exactly.
Man.
Well, this is what I mean. Wes could tell this story without the entire. This is basically this guy's Wes. If Wes told his baby mama to sign an NDA, not tell anyone, and then she told everyone, and Wes was getting hassled. This is Wes's exact.
Listen, this is what I would probably have to do because I would, of course, my
Yeah.
son's with her half the time. I would take care of her, buy her a house, but I would absolutely have to get her to sign an NDA. It'd be like, listen, this is all you get. You're not getting any more. Shut up. But then of course she'd want more probably eventually, and do the same thing this lady did.
This
And
guy
so-
who's going
yeah,
by
she-
John
no.
Doe, but we'll just call him Wes for the rest
Yeah.
of the story.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. He said he's going to take care of Sarah Smith in the lawsuit. He's John Doe, and but she needed to shut up and she needed to sign an NDA. In fact, she wasn't allowed to tell anyone, specifically his family, that he won the $723 million lump sum, 400 and something after taxes. Yeah, he didn't want his family to know.
Yeah, those bloodsuckers. Yeah.
Yeah.
His family specifically.
Yes. He said, "Hey, Sarah, shut your mouth and don't tell any of my greedy family. Not yours either. In fact, knowing you, I'm going to need you to sign an NDA, and you have to promise not to tell anyone. And if you do tell someone, I need to be informed within 24 hours or you're in double trouble.
So I can leave the country.
Yeah, I need to know who
Right.
and within 24 hours.
I need to get my gun loaded
Yeah.
for my brother-in-law who's going to kill me for it.
Yeah, I need to know why my brother's calling me. My dad's calling me. Is it a normal checkup, or is it because you fucking told him?" And the NDA was all the way through 2032 when their daughter would be 18. So he wanted to keep her safe as well.
Which is when he can leave, right? So he's obviously a good guy. He wants to stay around for the daughter, but once she turns 18, he's gone.
Oh, he's a great guy suing her and his and
He doesn't
not
want to
telling
give
his
her
family.
a dime above what he wants to give her. And
No.
It's good dad.
In fact,
this
he's
is
suing.
this
he's
is
suing
this
the
is a
pants off of
path
her.
to make sure that she doesn't get a dime over what he wants to give her.
This is exactly what I would do.
Well, and he knew she would flap her gums, and now he's suing
I
her.
tell my family, but yeah.
The lawsuit was filed on November. You tell your family.
Yeah, of course.
The lawsuit was filed on November 14th in U.S. District Court in Maine, and it alleges that the man's ex-girlfriend breached the agreement, the NDA, and now he's suing her for $100,000 per person she told, and is demanding she fess up and say who else she told that he doesn't know about that he knows she probably told about.
He's just
As a weirdo.
he's crazy. They're just gonna he's pushing for a settlement, right? Like
Yeah.
she's gonna have to sign an even crazier NDA, and like that she won't request more money or get her.
Cat's out of the bag now, though.
Well, he was like, I was going to pay you $100,000 a year, but now I'm not going to because you breached your contract that I knew you would. Sarah Smith revealed the win to the winner, John Doe's father and stepmother, over the phone, which seems to be the crux of the issue. Apparently, that's been the main problem is the stepmother and father are up his ass trying to get a piece. And then the two of them told the sister when he was ignoring them, they're like, can you believe your brother isn't looping us in on this? And now this paranoid guy from Maine with a family he hates is in the living hell right now.
That's amazing.
This is exactly why I didn't want you to tell him, Sarah. You know,
I hate the lottery.
Yeah, maybe
That's
I don't
some
know.
real issues he needs to work out if he can't tell his family he won the lottery.
Yeah, maybe just to distribute some of the hundreds of millions you won by a luck of the draw to your family, you jackass. Like
Right.
how much do you not get along with them?
He hates the stepmom. He doesn't want the stepmom to have any of it.
And the sister and the baby mama. Is there anyone he likes?
He hates
His
all
daughter.
of them.
He likes his daughter.
Like
That's
his daughter.
it.
Loves his daughter.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
His dog probably and his daughter.
Yeah.
Everyone else can get fucked.
I told them all I'd win one day.
Yeah.
They didn't believe me. Now
And
they
I
want
said
it.
they'd never get a dime, and I'm proving it.
Yeah.
Man of my word.
Yeah. So that's a crazy lawsuit out of Maine, squeezing his ex and his daughter's mother for money that she doesn't have after winning $1.35 billion. Okay. And then I have one other.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it that way, right? That's when I first read like the summary of the story. That's the way I read it. I was like, "Oh shit, this guy's."
She doesn't have a pot to piss in, and he's suing her for $100,000 per person. She told, and then that they told by word of mouth. What the fuck's this guy's problem?
Right, so his daughter's 9 by that math, right?
Yeah.
So 2032. So yeah, he's got 9 more years of hell ahead of him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this
Well,
guy's in a
what-
mental pickle.
but that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to like put so much legal pressure on her with all of his new money that she'll just leave him alone forever.
He wants everyone to leave him alone.
Right. Especially her.
Yeah.
And
Here's
and
another-
his mother and his stepmother. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Those two. He
I won 700 million at the worst time possible.
Yeah. Exactly. They're coming for it. He's just not answering. He's just not answering knocks on his door and shit, pretending not to be home. All right, one more crazy lawsuit for you. Taco Bell employee Alana Beachiom is suing the fast food chain after a Christmas party, quote, descended into sexual debauchery and intoxicated vomiting. So it sounds like a hell of a party.
Why is she suing over that? I mean,
It sounds like she was like the 11th man out type thing.
Okay, right. So it turned into an orgy.
Yeah. And they didn't.
She
And
wasn't
she's a wet
assaulted or
blanket.
anything, right?
No, she wasn't at all. Alana Beachium worked at the San Pedro, California location, and the franchise owner of that location, who's based out of Colorado, is also named in the lawsuit. So she's suing. I'll get to it later, but like some company that owns a couple Taco Bells, it's based out of Colorado. She's suing Taco Bell because the main point of the lawsuit is that
Yum Brands. Is that Yum Brands that owns all that?
Yeah, but there's a particular.
It's like a subsidiary of Yum Brands. I got you.
Exactly.
It like manages them in that area, right?
Exactly. And the main thing is she's saying that Taco Bell forced her out, unfairly forced her out of the company after reporting the details of the party to HR. So she's like, she snitched on it and then eventually got pushed out because she's a crybaby and now she's suing them. Yeah.
Well, what do you think's going to happen at a Taco Bell Christmas party? I'm surprised they even have Taco Bell Christmas parties.
This was off the books. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Might as well have been a Pea's house.
Count your lucky stars, lady.
Yeah.
Right.
Sounded awesome. Yeah.
How can you sue Taco Bell over an orgy at Pea's house? That's not.
I don't know.
That's not.
It
Taco
was in
Bell's jurisdiction.
It was in the Taco Bell. She told Taco Bell
it was
HR that her manager wallpapered all the windows so like no one could see in, and then people got real loose. She also covered up the cameras, like they turned off the cameras and covered them up, so like all the cameras in there. So everyone got loose inside the Taco Bell, and they were having open floor threesomes, and some dude vomited in a guacamole bowl. So this was back on December. Yeah, this was back on December 18th of this past year. So it sounds like they're probably gearing up for this year's Christmas party, and thank God they weeded out tattletales like Alana, right?
Yeah. Right. Of course.
If you want to keep the sex party going, damn, Taco Bell. That's a benefit.
Always fun getting hammered at your workplace, like in the actual workplace.
Yeah.
I've seen people.
I've been to a few at a bar.
Yeah.
Christmas parties from the bar. They're fun. Yeah.
I've seen people like escape to the restroom together, escape like out of the room together at work parties. I've never seen open banging at a work party. That's impressive by this Taco Bell. Where's this
that's
at?
the 80s.
This was San Pedro, like near Los Angeles, California.
Wow.
So she called. She's like, "Hi, is this Taco Bell HR?" They're like, mm-hmm. I wanted to report that all of my coworkers had the time of their life at the Christmas party.
I went to a Christmas party.
Basically.
You guys probably know the girl that was. I'll tell you offline. But I went to a Christmas party one time with my buddy, and she was like fucking she like literally was like fucking the CEO during the Christmas party, and it became like a whole big thing because he was married and shit. It was like a scandal. Yeah,
Was married.
was married. Yeah, was married.
No,
He left his wife for her. Actually,
yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Of course, I know who you're talking about.
I was there.
Say less. Yeah. He saw it in its inception.
I saw it in its inception.
Oh, that's funny.
Christmas, it's a magical time of year, you know.
It is.
And it gets some people. It gets to you. It gets to you sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, the few facts about the thing. Apparently, this wet blanket was upset from the second she walked in and saw the windows papered and the cameras thing. You know, she's like, "Oh, this is gonna get out of control." And like right before midnight, she was outside, socializing outside the restaurant. And then when she walked back in, that's when she saw a coworker having sex with his wife in front of everyone at the party while making out with another coworker. So it's kind of like this guy's wife was getting kind of like double teamed. And then she said she was shocked and disgusted by watching that. So she ran back outside where she was and was like, oh my God. But then she got her wits about her and she was like, I did bring over guacamole in my favorite bowl. So I'm going to go back in and get my bowl while I leave angrily. And when she walked back in, someone had vomited directly in her guacamole bowl, probably because she was no fun and it was on purpose. Yeah.
That sounds like an on purpose. So she was gasping. So there were people were so drunk that there was guys just sharing their wives with their coworkers.
Yep.
And she's in there gasping and clutching her pearls. So somebody definitely puked in her bowl on purpose.
Someone suggested if you got to hurl in here.
Yeah.
If you spew in this. Now, no one really knows what this lady wants in the current lawsuit, but after her repeated phone calls to Taco Bell HR and the Alvarado restaurant group, who owns the Colorado-based franchisees that owns and operates the San Pedro location, saying, blah, 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 I hated it. They ended up firing the people that were having sex and the manager that wallpapered the thing. So she got her way. She got her way, but because everyone got fired, they started like retaliating against her. They slashed her tires or like they broke her car window and left her like threatening voicemails and stuff. So then she started like calling the cops and the HR and being like, they won't leave me alone. They're like, listen, we're going to move you to a different location. You wet blanket. And then eventually they just kind of like forced her out of the company because she wouldn't shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I have to give her a little money now.
Yeah. Maybe.
I wonder if it was lies. Sounds like it could have just been lies.
I got a buddy who's a lawyer over at Yum Brands. I'm going to have to ask him if he knows anything about this.
Yeah. She has like voicemails. Like a guy was like, I'm going to cut your fucking head off, you slut. Like they were not happy because 3 people got fired.
All over he said, she said though, really. Cause like, I mean, there wasn't any video evidence, right?
No, they turned the cameras off.
Yeah.
Perfect. She just complained and wouldn't let it go.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease at Taco Bell.
That's a fun party, man. Just inside Taco Bell getting hammered.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Watching group sex go down, just drinking cervezas.
Probably smashing 5-layer burritos or just frying. Yeah.
For free, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Stuffed burritos.
Cheese
stuffed
everywhere.
tacos.
Yeah, a lot of stuffed tacos. Let's take it over to St. Louis, Missouri, where there's an abandoned jail located at 7600 Hall Street that's locally known as the Workhouse. Here's this shitty jail.
That looks like no fun.
Yeah, no, it looks like a real shithole. Medium security institution is what it says. It was shut down in 2022 due to inhumane conditions. It's like all falling apart. And while the community is debating what to do with the facility, renovate it, tear it down, whatever, the Workhouse remains an empty, shuttered jail, unused. But inside that jail, there are still jail cells, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So when you abandon a jail, the cells, they stay in there. And on the night of Thursday, November 16th, 3 trespassers at the workhouse accidentally locked themselves inside of a jail cell, inside the abandoned workhouse jail in St. Louis. And then once they locked themselves inside of a jail cell inside of an abandoned jail, they had to call the police to get them out of the jail cell that they locked themselves into, only then to be arrested for possible property damage and burglary charges.
Well, they'd be dead if they didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rotted away in the jail
Yeah.
cell.
They would have to eat each other.
Oh yeah, they'd be so dead.
That would have been a scene.
I mean, it's in a city, so they could have screamed and somebody would eventually come. But this was one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. And we read stupid stories for a living. And this is all confirmed, guys, by Sergeant Charles Wall of the St. Louis Police. These 3 numbskulls walked into an abandoned jail, trespassed on it, probably stole some shit, and then got caught locking themselves into a jail cell.
Why don't you just shut it?
Yeah, there's the
All
one
3.
crazy friend,
Who shut it, dude? Who shut it?
the idiot who that always does stuff like that.
Watch, this is gonna be really scary. Who shut the door? Man?
You know who would do that? Taylor. Not saying Taylor's an idiot, but he's just crazy like that. He'd think it was funny, and then everyone
there would be a group of people outside the cell that would eventually come get you. Yeah.
Oh, dude,
you can't have everyone in your group be in the cell when you shut it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You have to have. No, you can't, Mark. That's a great point. That's just smart thinking right there. Yeah, I mean, you have to have the guy who shut the door call the cops, right? Because, the lowest point of all lows is when you and your 2 criminal buddies are sitting in a jail cell. You locked yourselves in, and you realize you have to call the police. It's your only option. Yeah. That's the lowest point in your life. That's rock bottom.
That's grounds for unfriending someone if they're locked in a jail cell. I don't want to hang out with them anymore.
Yeah, decision making is not at its highest. That'd be fun as fuck to like trespass in an old jail. I bet it's like would be fun.
It was awesome until it wasn't. Yeah.
It was the best night ever, Wes.
Yeah.
Until we locked ourselves in a fucking jail cell.
It's awesome.
Why didn't they test it from the other side?
Right? Yeah, just test one. I'm sure it was like 50 jail cells.
Yeah, just test.
Close one door from the outside.
Be on the freedom side and close it.
I don't even think the freedom side could have helped because it usually is like a lot, like a key, right?
But what I'm saying is none of them should have been in the cell.
Right.
All of them in the hallway. Shut a cell if you can open it.
Yeah.
And then if you can, I guess you can go do it, but I don't see the point. I don't know.
Yeah.
These men are morons, Mark. There's no point.
Were they teenagers or were they teenagers or
I have no idea. Thankfully,
they weren't minors.
Thankfully for these men, their identities have been concealed. They were not minors, but the St. Louis police is taking it easy on them.
People are going to figure it out.
Dude,
word of mouth.
You would be known. Yeah, people probably will figure it out. But if they do, I mean, you're known as the dumbest motherfucker. Like, I mean, like, if people hear
yeah,
you had to call the cops on yourself because you locked yourself into a jail cell.
It's you. You're the problem. Like, you gotta.
That's an amazing crime.
Yeah.
All right, got one more for you real quick. Do you guys know what net zero target is when it comes to our climate? The 2050 net zero target.
You're supposed to have no emissions or net zero emissions by then or whatever.
Right, exactly. It's the net zero
Carbon.
Greenhouse gas emissions as close to zero as possible without any remaining emissions reabsorbed from the atmosphere by oceans or forests. So this is from the UN website. The science shows clearly that in order to avert the worst possible impacts of climate change and preserve a livable planet, global temperature increase needs to be limited to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. currently we're at 1.1% warmer, warmer than it was in the late 1800s, and things continue to go up. So we're close to not being in a livable Earth anymore. So to keep global warming no more than 1.5 in the Paris Agreement, emissions need to be reduced by 45% by 2030 and net zero by 2050, right? So this is why Biden's been calling for 50% of all new cars to be electric by 2030.
Right.
Why Greta Thunberg's so annoying.
Isn't like nobody meeting it though? Like we dropped out and joined back, and like still nobody's like meeting any of the goals.
Yeah, a lot of people are not doing a
Yes.
goddamn thing about it. But
You sure, like,
one company in California is. They're called Heirloom, and they've just launched America's first direct air capture, or DAC, device in Tracy, California. Here's what it looks like. It's these big towers, 40 that have 40-foot tall trays filled with powdered carbon absorbing limestone. So limestone, I guess, absorbs carbon, and they say they can remove 1,000 tons of greenhouse gas from the atmosphere each year. Now,
literally an air filter for the Earth.
Yeah,
it's like the one you would put in your house, except it's Earth sized.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, right. I didn't know limestone absorbs carbon, but it does.
It take a lot of electricity to run that thing, though? It seems.
Probably
does. That's
but they're using renewable energy.
Exactly net zero.
They're reusing
right. It cleans exactly as much fuel as it takes to power it.
Doesn't help. Doesn't hurt.
They did make a point to say they are using renewable energy to power these things.
Okay, so it's got like a battery.
It's one of those things that are like, well, phase
like
one of these machines are actually worse for the environment, but in 20 years,
yeah,
they're gonna be better.
So I guess
by the 20th iteration, think about how efficient we're gonna be.
Just 10 million of them.
Yeah. So I guess like big companies can buy carbon removal credits. Like they said Microsoft, Shopify, JP Morgan.
That's why they all have those big sun arrays. Like if you go out to their facilities, they do their own power and shit with like solar power and all this, because like they get write-offs. Like they don't. That's why they don't pay taxes.
So if they create emissions, they can then buy these carbon write-offs from this company, and then they won't get in trouble, I guess is how it works. Right.
Yeah, you get like credit. The more like green energy shit you do, the more credit you get, and the IRS gives you breaks for it.
Right.
Do we have to drill for limestone?
I think mining, I think you do have to I think that
oh yeah, shit, it's a mined rock.
You have to exert a bunch of energy to get it, right?
You got to make it into powder. You got to crush it.
And then you have to plug it in.
It's not like limestone grows on trees, right? Like,
no, it doesn't.
You got to go get it.
Oh no.
Yeah. So they're saying it's a good thing. And Biden has already awarded $1.2 billion to these carbon capture projects like Heirloom. And the Secretary of Energy or whoever has said that they're going to try to scale these things so they'll be in more places.
This sounds like a racket to me. This sounds like somebody's friend owns these things and they're getting a deal. Whatever happened?
Joe Limestone.
Yeah, Joe Limestone's getting a deal from Uncle Sam here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever happened with the kid with the thing that was going to remove all the trash from the ocean? That was a good idea.
Oh, yeah,
I think he's still doing it.
He won like Scientist of the Year for like junior.
They should award him some cash,
Yeah.
Like, who knows about Joe Limestone?
I do like the idea. I do like the idea of a giant air filter, but I just don't know how practical it is.
Yeah.
Wes,
I don't know.
Sold on this after reading about it?
I mean, I think it's doing better. I think it's doing a little bit of good. I don't know if it's doing the good that they say it's doing, but it sounds good. The CEO said that they'll be able to take out 10% of the worldwide removal needed by 2050 by 2035.
That's pretty impressive. If that's true.
But 1 billion tons of CO2 by 2035.
You can't see CO2 in the air. Everybody can see ocean trash. So to me, that kid is just like, that's more, he's straight to the point.
Is carbon flammable?
Air?
So
are they basically just creating like giant bombs? Like if you put carbon in one spot.
So it
looks like dust. Carbon is very flammable if powdered.
Ooh.
But
Yeah, I don't know. They said that they are when they remove the carbon, it'll be pumped into a storage tank, while the white powdery byproduct of calcium oxide is covered in water and then spread across
'Cause, I
large
mean, like
trays. So
one missile into one of these carbon air filters
Yeah.
could probably blow
So
up a
wait,
town.
Wes, you telling me
Probably.
that they're gonna get a tank full of carbon that they can then turn into diamonds? So these
I
people
don't know.
are
Sounds like
getting
James
a
Bond
government
villain.
subsidy to make diamonds. With your tax
Is that what
dollars.
calcium oxide is? Diamonds?
I have no idea. You said they're gonna have tanks full of carbon, and diamonds
Yeah.
are compressed carbon. So
Oh, well.
conspiracy
That's-
theory
That's a
time.
good racket.
Is this a racket to make diamonds for free?
Could be.
How do I get in on it?
Right.
Could be.
We need to get in on we need to meet with Joe Limestone.
Yeah.
So we can figure out.
If anyone has a connection to this limestone guy,
Yeah.
We'd like to have them as a sponsor.
It sounds lucrative. I mean, Wes,
Yeah,
the more
very.
you describe it, the more it sounds like a great scheme to get in
Yeah.
on.
I have no idea.
So they're going to
honestly.
pay us to build these things. Then we're going to make diamonds.
Yeah,
and
and then
sell
the
'em.
companies are going to pay for them to build them so that they can get write-offs by purchasing pretend
Oh, you get to
carbon
contract out the-
credits.
yeah. Whoa.
We give you limestones and credits unlimited. You
Yeah.
give us diamonds in exchange.
Yeah.
It's a easy, it's a win-win for everybody.
Flipping
The racket
limestone.
is the credits for sure.
Flipping
No, see,
limestones into diamonds while you're getting paid to build limestone structures. That's
Yeah.
a lot of profit margin. Yeah.
That's I mean, it sounds like a great deal.
Yeah. So, yeah, here's another picture of what it looks like. There's a guy overseeing the
Oh
scandal.
yeah,
I
we
guess.
can build it as high as you want.
I guess they have to heat the
20
stone.
30 stories? How many?
Yeah.
Here's another thing you guys will love. They in order to accelerate the process, they heat the stone to 1650 degrees Fahrenheit, powered by renewable electricity. So they got to
Wait,
heat this thing up
That's
to
a
an
lot of heat, man. on those
insane
stones.
temperature. Yeah,
What?
yeah, because I guess the
They
hotter
have
the
to have
stone
a
is, the
shower.
quicker it absorbs carbon.
But isn't that dangerous? With the
I'm sure. I mean, these towers full of 1650 degree, limestone. Probably. Look at all those fans too. It looks like a Bitcoin mining operation.
There's no way
Yeah.
they have solar panels just
Yeah.
powering all of that whole thing. It looks
I
like
th-
an
I think-
NFL stadium.
I think you guys are. I think it is the credits that is the big scandal here. I don't think these
If you
things.
walk
are
up
doing-
on that structure, you're immediately not thinking this is good.
right. Yeah.
This all runs on a single windmill.
Yeah.
So, but hey, the Secretary of Energy, whatever her name is real excited about it. She wants to
I'm all
scale
for
these
it.
things.
I'm all
Oh.
for it. I'm all for getting the environment to net zero.
Granholm needs to get something right because she has fucked up at every step of the way. I mean, we talked about the energy crisis earlier. I mean, she has
Yeah.
been one of the worst energy secretaries of all time.
Yeah.
So
She won't-
yeah, I mean,
she
I hope
wants-
she gets a win because she
Yeah,
has
yeah.
fucking failed. Like it's insane. So yeah,
she's in
it'd
on
be
it.
good for
She's-
America for her to get one right.
Worth a shot.
Worth a
Make
shot.
some money on the diamonds in the meantime.
Yeah, better than falling flat on your face on every other decision so far. So hopefully it's a good one.
And then
Yeah.
get these geniuses that are like the kid that's trying to get the trash out of the ocean, get him some grant money. I mean, move some of the NASA funds to some of these genius kids on some of these programs.
Yeah, I still think that even the trash kids over this for sure. He's still my number one
Yeah, kid's awesome.
ocean trash guy.
But
Gotta
that's
clean
it.
up the oceans, baby. Clean them
Gotta
up.
Them oceans. Yeah. Been watching Planet Earth 3. Sad to see all those turtles getting trapped in nets and shit.
I can't do those shows. I mean, I'm a meat eater, but I can't watch I'm such a pussy. I get high and watch Planet Earth 3, and then like a baby animal gets like killed, and I'm like, fuck this. I hate
Oh
it.
yeah, it's
I love
nature.
nature.
Yeah.
It's nature.
Yeah,
It's
half that show is just animals dying. I'm like, come on.
the symphony of life.
I don't know. There's a really great story in the last one, Mark. You might enjoy about an ostrich.
I feel like you're
It
setting me up.
really heartwarming.
Setting me up here.
No, I'm not. It's a good one. You'll
All
like
right.
it. Yeah.
All
But anyway, that's the show.
Oh,
Again,
I started watching the Freddy's. Speaking of trending shit, we're
Ooh.
watching the
Fast Night at Freddy's.
Five Nights at
Five Nights at
Freddy's.
Freddy's, yeah.
Willy's Wonderland's better. Is that the name of the other one? Nick Cage.
Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's didn't get great reviews.
But it's a bigger phenomenon. So people love it. But if you love it,
I think we
watch-
need Al. I think we need intern Al on the show to he understands the lore, right? So I want to say
Okay, next time Al's on, we need to ask him about Freddy's.
I want to say that the character that Matthew Lillard plays is actually the main bad guy in the series. Like he's like the serial killer.
Right.
That gets. I don't know a lot of the lore. I played the games a few times back in the day, but I think it was over a lot of people's heads in terms of like their cute little lore Easter egg things, and then it just wasn't very good.
No, Willy's Wonderland, pretty much the same movie, but way better. Just remove all of the parts that you don't understand because the lore doesn't mean anything to you.
And also swapping Nick Cage for Josh Hutcherson, and I'm
Yep.
going to take Nick Cage 10 out of 10 on that.
Yep. Now both of them have horrible reviews online, but I can tell you from experience, Willy's Wonderland, I'd watched that 3 times in a row, but I haven't even finished Five Nights at Freddy's yet, to be honest with you, because it just wasn't that.
Me either.
It wasn't that gripping. I made it about an hour through, and I'm like, all right, I'll finish it later.
Yeah, more like 5 days to get through it. You know what I mean?
5 days on the DVR.
Yeah.
One more show to go for the week. And then we're off for a couple days. But again, check out that free Hive Hour Patreon with the ladies at the Bunny Ranch, patreon.com/hardfactor.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. We'll be releasing that Wednesday. You will not want to miss that. Also,
sign up now because I know you want to see it as soon as it drops.
Yeah. Also, while you're in there, check out the other insane amounts of content that you could be digesting from us for as little as $5 a month. So, and it helps us out too. So
it's a great holiday gift.
Merry Christmas to us, right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Almost as good as a limestone for diamonds scheme.
Yeah, right. What a racket.
Second to that.
Yeah. But that's it for the show. We'll see you tomorrow. We love you. Have a great fucking day.